Welcome back, everybody. I'm Phil and that's Sam.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel.
We're coming to Cameo. No, wait, I should have started the video. I started the video wrong. I should have started the video with word up. That's what I should have started the video for.
So what Phil was saying is we came to this video because the members voted on it.
Word up.
You're just going to keep saying word up?
I actually did say that a little bit, I think, at some point in my life when I was in high school.
Really?
Or something like that.
I never had a word up phase.
Terminology, but I had no idea it came from, well, I mean, it was being used in the 80s, obviously, because that's when this came out in 1986, right?
I think I remember like a word, like getting short form to people being like, oh, word?
Yeah.
But not word up.
But it obviously came from this.
Yes.
Right. So anyways, we're coming to Cameo for the first time, as Sam said. Thanks to those members because they're fantastic.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
They gave us some insights on the poll that we ran for them, gave them 4 choices, and they picked Cameo, although Al Stewart was a close runner-up. So maybe we'll have to get into Al Stewart down the road. But Cameo apparently was influential on the R&B and hip-hop scene and where it eventually led to. So I'm really interested to check this out.
Yeah, and apparently they started as more of like a horn ensemble, but then developed into more of like a synth sound later on. So evolved with the times, I guess.
Yeah, they started in the 70s, and then obviously we're still doing their thing in the 80s here.
This is from 86.
Yeah, that's right. And this went to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, so it's popular.
Clearly did well. And apparently the video, I think it did well on MTV, as this is the MTV era that we're starting to get into here. So anyways, we appreciate all your insights. So if you want to give us more details about Cameo, because we have no idea who they are, this is their first introduction. So add some details down below in the comment section that Sam was referring to there. If you enjoy the video, you know what you got to do. You got to hit that like button for us. Helps this video reach more people. Thank you so much to all the members that support us, but not just the members. Thank you to everybody that comes through and checks our channel out.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Really, really are grateful that we get to check out all this cool stuff, and you guys love hanging with us. So let's check out Word Up.
So serious.
All right, we're going to pause it here And
He's a very unique voice.
very unique voice.
Yeah, that's not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, no, I was not expecting it either. I was expecting, like we read R&B to a degree, so I was expecting like a, vocalist was going to come through, and he's kind of, as we read about in the details of him being, R&B hip hop influence, I can see that now.
Yeah.
But I was more thinking like, oh, he was going to be singing, and I just was not expecting this.
Yeah. I just wasn't expecting like the tone of his voice. Like I feel like it's very unique. I've never really heard anything like it.
No, it's there's only one hip hop artist which nobody's gonna know that I won't even bother mentioning that he reminds me of, but it's like so high pitched that it just makes
that's what I'm
it stick
saying.
out.
Usually
But-
that wouldn't be like when you hear somebody who's like rapping, or they all usually have a deeper kind of voice,
Yeah,
right?
but this is why it's so unique, right? And why it would have stuck out at the time was because he had such a unique voice that people were like, "What the hell is this?"
It's also like kind of nasally a little bit,
Yeah.
like not in a bad way, but that's just like how it sounds to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got to be honest, I'm not like totally in love with it. I mean, I've when I compare what I listen to and what we've got into on the channel from like rock and all the other stuff, I feel like this sounds very it almost reminds me of like when you went back and watched a movie from the 80s versus watching a movie now. Like the sound of it like kind of sounds a little tinny and stuff. And it's
tinny.
Yeah, it's just like it's got the beat, like in terms of the beat and the synth that they're using and all that stuff, right? So when you combine that with his voice, like I said, I think it would at the time been cool when you were growing up
And
in the
very
80s
new,
and
I
listening
think
to it.
probably like this was probably like very like they were just evolving like the hip hop sound at this time, right?
Exactly. So like I said, I think at the time it would have been really cool, but I'm just using it from my perspective, right? What I've listened to now, going back in time, listening to on the channel that we've done, and also what I grew up listening to. So when I put those two things together, I'm just like, yeah, it's unique and it's different, but it's not something that I'm like, wow, this is so sick.
Yeah. And you can definitely hear the synth in it, like you said. And I think that, before we got into starting the video, we were talking about their evolution from being more of a horn ensemble into using more synth.
Yeah.
And this is from later on in their career. And you can see like how that's definitely prominent. In
Yeah.
this.
Also, his outfit is really weird.
Okay. I was going to ask, like, what's with like what are those things called that are like the cups that jocks wear?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It
That's
looks
what
like a
it
jock.
looks like he's wearing.
And
I was like, what?
with leather at the same time. Very, very
Unique.
Also the electronic feel of this in general, from like the club scene and like them holding onto the bars while they're dancing, and like
And they also have like a little thriller hand going on.
it really reminds me of like where it got into in the 90s of that dance vibe that came to be. So it's really, I would say, a mix of like, I don't even know. I wouldn't even say this has any R&B to it, to me, in my opinion. It's like hip
This
hop
specific
electronic
song.
mix almost.
Yeah, I would agree. For this song. I mean, who
Yeah.
knows what else they make, right?
Yes,
But,
exactly.
yeah.
Let's get back to it.
Everybody say, when you hear the call, you've got to get it underway. Ow! Oh. Dial L for low. Come on, all you people sing.
Okay.
And just like
All right, Sam. So, whoops. What are your closing thoughts here on Word Up
I think in the first half, I was just so caught off guard with
with
like,
his voice?
yeah, just like the all of it, like you said, the clothing and like the vibe of it. I just wasn't what I was expecting. But after we kind of like got over that initial shock at the pause there, I feel like in the back half, I was able to like groove out and enjoy it a little bit. I liked it.
I like the back half more than the first half, in
Yeah.
my opinion. But I think that was, like you said, indicative of more the instrumental side of things.
Yeah. I like how they brought the horns more into it and stuff too.
Yeah.
Brass.
The brass section there you're referring to, right? Yeah, I think like I said, it's hard. It was hard to catch. It would be hard to box this in general of what this actually is, because in the back half, like I said, when they had more of the instrumental component, it was much more layered. And I think in the first half, it was more this dance vibe that you were getting a lot of. I mean, they had a steady kick to it, and obviously a steady groove in general to the song, which I mean would have made it stand out from the MTV and dance perspective. And we had this guy taking off all his clothes in the club, and
WORD.
clearly Sam actually very much enjoyed it, is the theme here. And I think that was, so we read that it was LeVar Burton that was featured
The
as the
actor.
detective.
Yeah.
I think that's the guy that played in Star Trek, Geordi, that he was the character in Star Trek. I could be thinking that's the same person, just younger. He looks a lot younger.
Younger here.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And I thought his name might have been Burton. His last name was Burton. So you guys can give me insights.
Yeah,
down
I'm not
below.
a familiar with Star Trek.
My
so-
parents watched Star Trek all the
Yeah.
time. It was like literally on my TV every day when I was growing up as a child.
My dad likes Star Trek, but I don't know why, because usually I would love that kind of stuff. I just have never really dabbled.
I thought it was terrible when I was growing up, mostly because my parents watched it.
And you're
and
like, I don't
couldn't
wanna watch what my
anything
parents
that my
watch.
parents watched. But actually, like when I got older, I really started to like it a lot. And we watched the recent show that came out.
Picard.
Picard. And
That was great.
I actually quite enjoyed that.
I mean,
so.
I love Star Wars. Some people are like, you love Star Wars, but like you don't watch Star Trek. And I'm like, I don't know. I just never got into it.
Anyways, Word Up was an interesting experience from Cameo. I enjoyed the experience, and I think I would like to check it more from Cameo. See what else.
Especially
they got
like
in
if
the
they're kind of
catalog.
classified in that R&B genre. Like I'd
Yeah.
love to see if they have other stuff that's more like that, just to compare.
Yeah, I just want to check out their big hits.
You're like, give me the most popular ones.
Yeah, I want to see what everybody loved about Cameo. So
Yeah.
let me know down below in the comments section. Make sure you hit the like button. That really helps our videos reach more people. And we love checking out new content here. So loved hanging with you on this one as well. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Have a great one. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.